Hi, it's Lauren with Following the Paper Trail, and I have something that I forgot to show everybody when I showed you my Eclectic Valentine album kit. This was sitting over on a different table, and it got left out of the video. It is in the kit, so those of you who have already ordered it, you will be receiving it. But there is a resin frame as well as 6 porcelain roses that I have the intention of putting these on my cover. Now, I also want to show you what I did with this little resin frame. Now, these little frames came from Michael's out of their dollar bins. I mean, they're just super cute, but this was the pink works and you can leave it pink, but what I wanted to do is I just love the look and shape of it, and I thought it was super cute. So what I did is I took all this frame stuff off the back, because this is just a little table frame. I took all of this stuff off the back, as you can see on the back of this one, and then I painted this with my Picket Fence Distress Crackle paint from Tim Holtz. God, I loved him. Anyway, and I painted my frame with this. Now, I ended up having to do a couple of coats because it was kind of crackling off. But I wanted the pink to show through on the crackle, so I didn't want to cover. But a couple of ways that you can help prevent that from happening is, one, you could take a little bit of steel wool or some fine grit sandpaper and just roughen up some of the surfaces, especially these smooth surfaces. And I don't think this will crackle off as much. I ended up putting like 2 coats on, and it worked out just fine. And then I distressed it a little bit with some Tim Holtz, I think it was frayed burlap, because that's one of my favorite colors. It's kind of got a grayishness to it. So what I kind of get is a Melissa Francis look without a Melissa Francis price, because I love Melissa Francis stuff. But so much of it is really tiny, 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 which is great on minis. But it's like pricey and I'm cheap. So I made these little frames, and I love how, if you look real closely, this hot pink kind of shows through the crackle a little bit. If you didn't want the pink to show through, you could take and just use some white gesso. I mean, this stuff is really cheap. Any art supply store is going to have gesso. Gesso is what you prepare canvases. If you stretched your own canvas, if you were a painter, you would gesso it before to prepare it for taking the paint. So many canvases are now pre-stretched and they're all pre-prepared. So, but I use gesso a lot. Just, it's kind of like, think of it like a base coat. Then when I was at Michael's today, I found the frames in metals. They were in gold and this kind of coppery brass color, and they also had silver. And they had them in the oval and the rectangles. Oh, these are so cute. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did with this. Though what I might do with this is give me more of a whitewash kind of finish. I might do it with just the gesso and thin it down and kind of whitewash it and wipe it off in spots so that the gold or the copper shines through. The other thing I'm going to try with these is using some antiquing, like the kind of stuff that I think Plaid makes it, and you can use it like on, if you've ever done the Fimo clay, and you can antique it, and it'll go down in all the cracks, and then you wipe it away, and on the shiny part, so it'll look like an antiqued gold frame. But I take all the, the cardboard stuff off and everything. But aren't these cute? I mean, buck at the Michael's store. So I'm sorry for those of you who don't have a Michael's nearby to tell you about these, but they're so cool. So, but the biggest thing I wanted to let you know is one of these frames comes in the Eclectic Valentine kit, and I can't believe I forgot to show you this, because this was the best part of the whole kit. And then it has these cute porcelain flowers and it's real porcelain, and they got real like looking leaves. But there's 2 whites, a pink, a yellow, a blue, and a purple. So I'm going to work these in around, probably 3 up at one corner and 3 somehow down at the other corner. I'm going to work on that album here shortly to get that all put together. But see how that just fits so nicely onto a 6x6 cover, and then you could put a picture in there. Or I was thinking it'd be cute to put kind of some sort of love poem in there. But because these are resin, they're not super heavy. But Cute, cute, cute. So anyway, there is the add-on to the Eclectic album, and also just an idea of what you can do with some of these inexpensive frames that you can find. So have fun with them, and I will be talking with you soon. Thanks much.